We'd like to welcome into the show General Manager of the Bulls, Marc Eversley. And there's so much to talk about with your team, but I want to start with the piece that seems to be missing, right, in Lonzo Ball. We know how talented he is as an outside shot maker, as a guy that, could be one of the best passers in the league. Unfortunately, out for this season. Now you guys have an injury exception. So break down for us what that means for your roster construction for next year now that you know those things that are on the table.
No, with respect to Lonzo, obviously, him being out, you really feel for the kid. He was such a big part of, who we were as a team, both offensively and defensively. You just feel for him, and you hope at some point he can get back to a level of, helping us and helping us grow and win some games. So, we did apply for the DPE. We're just waiting to hear back from the league on whether, we're going to get that or not. So, in the meantime, we've got a lot of tools in terms of improving our team, and we'll look to do that.
Marc, as this summer league we get a chance to watch, what are you overall looking for these guys, these young guys? What you want to see, what can fit for you guys when the season starts?
What you want to see is some growth. The summer is obviously a time when you want to, focus on your development and getting better. But for us, we want to see some growth. For us, the way we're constructed and built around Zach, Vooch, and DeMar, you're really looking for players to come in and complement those guys. So, whether you're talking about a Dalen Terry or Justin Lewis, who's going to be a two-way, you're really looking for those guys to grow and develop and kind of find their niche on how they can help us.
You mentioned Vooch. Congrats to him on his extension. Why did that seem like it was the first order of business before you guys attended to anything else this offseason?
I think for us, Vooch is so big and important to what we do and how we grow. So, he's a unique player in that, he's a 7-footer, but he can stretch the floor. He can create space. He can make shots, and he makes things easier for Zach and DeMar to operate. He's just a big part of who we are and how we want to grow.
We know the talent of those guys, Zach and DeMar, but can you kind of speak, especially for DeMar, it looks like the leadership role he has taken for this Chicago Bulls organization. He's really stepped up. I hear he's had guys want to come out and work out. Under 24, you have to be here. Can you expand on that, Marc?
No doubt. He's here today supporting these guys, and he's really taking the young guys under his wing. A couple of weeks ago, they went out to L.A. and spent some time with him working out. And, the great thing about those workouts are they wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, they're in the gym at 4:30, and they have no clue what they're going to do on any particular day. So physically, it's demanding. Mentally, it's demanding. And it's really a great way for those guys to grow. And kudos to DeMar for taking them under their wings and, bringing them along. So, and again, he's here today and supporting them, DeMar, and, supporting our young guys. So it's really a great thing for us.
Yeah, and you mentioned DeMar DeRozan. I see he and Zach LaVine getting along well here at Summer League. When the cameras aren't on, the kind of relationship that those two guys have. How is that important and how it permeates through the organization?
It's critical. They're here today and, dapping each other up, and, their chemistry on the court is a great thing for us. And, they enjoy playing with each other. They figured out a way to play off of each other, being two guys who are ball dominant, but they figured it out. And, the Bulls fans are beneficiaries of that.
Marc, Patrick Williams is a guy who I love.
Yeah.
Because the versatility defensively, what he can do, but offensively, he knows how to play without it. What are you seeing from his growth for the next season?
I think this is a really big year for Patrick Williams. I think for us to kind of take that next level, Patrick's got to grow. And, I know he's put in the work this summer. He'll continue to put in the work. He shot at almost 40% from 3 last year. He's really got to take another step. And, here's a kid who was he didn't even start in college. And, he's learning. He's learning every single day, and we're excited about his growth and the opportunity for him to really take that next step.
You know, can you be a little more specific there? Because watching him play, it's like, okay, he's a great defender, and then, like you said, sometimes he can hit the outside shot, and you go, what is it specifically? Where do you think he can see the most growth?
I think for him, learning how to play with those three guys is going to be critical for him. So whether it's making shots, it's finding seams, getting to the bucket. Like you said, he's a really great defender, but he's got to take that next step offensively, whether it's playmaking, playing off the ball, finishing at the rim, making threes. I think he's got a really, really bright future, but I think this is a big summer for him as we kind of go into training camp this year.
Point of emphasis for the rest of the offseason. What is on your big board? What's the number one thing?
Coming out of the playing game and unfortunately losing to Miami and kind of sitting back and doing a deep dive on who we are. We talked a lot about bringing in guys who brought toughness, grit, competitiveness, and three-point shooting.
All right, Marc Eversley, GM of the Chicago Bulls. We appreciate your candid conversation here with us here at NBA 2K24 Summer League.
Thanks, fellas.
Thanks, Mark.
You guys are good?